Hello, and welcome back to Cab Driver's Paradise. We are back on the 4th level, where all of the master walls are. And I guess we're going back to the one that's by itself first. However, I did check the high scores at the end of the previous part, because I had some things I wanted to talk about regarding that. And I found out that I already have every high score for this hold. So this is going to be super fast. I guess I will tour the remaining guitar set. Oh right, this is the well, 3 people working in a fishing in a river. Let's go with that. This is the art level. I have to make analysis of what these images are supposed to be. Okay. Yeah. So apparently the remaining rooms do not actually have high scores. So we're actually done with the optimization. Let's just take a look here. This is actually a room. Oh, that makes sense. Bonus garden with ditch. Well, we started the room on a mastery wall, and if you don't know, master walls cancel demos. Because a master wall is something that only... Like, a master wall is a wall. In fact, if you had Seep in the room, Seep would be able to go through it. Other enemies will be stopped by it. It acts like a wall. However, it has this weird, unique property where if you've completed the hold and every secret room in the hold, then B-Throw, or whatever player role you're in, can just run through them. So, because of that, I guess the developers decided they didn't want people using master walls in puzzles. So anytime you touch, or I think even bump a master wall... Well, no, because if you try to bump a master wall, it'll say, moves bumping a master wall are not allowed, and you won't even do the input. Like, the input will just be will be eaten. So yeah, master wall equals no scores. So I guess that's what happened here. The architect probably didn't know that, and has master walls at the edge of all the entrances, and there are no other entrances into the room, which makes the room unscoreable. Now, I guess you could have, theoretically, master walls in the middle of the room somewhere, where you have to pass through them on one pass of the room and then start from somewhere else in order to record a demo. I feel like that sort of thing would be frowned upon. In fact, I think in HA, Hold Administration, I think we're supposed to not allow that sort of thing. I'm not actually sure. I mean, if it's a formal rule, or if it's just kind of a thing that I've read somewhere that, like, this is a thing you should not do. And say it with a flower. Okay. But the flower doesn't even show up on the minimap, so it's just here. Well, so that was it for the hold. We now have 100% exploration. Excellent. I do want to say something about the hold itself. I guess I will give the hold itself a bit of a review. Obviously, this was a hold that was low quality and low difficulty. In fact, that's explicitly why I picked it for this Let's Play, and I'll get into that in a moment. I did want to say, though, that this 5th level plane, from an optimization standpoint, like from a solving standpoint, this isn't a very interesting level. But from an optimization standpoint, I actually enjoyed this level quite a bit. Although I don't think either of my first place scores were on this level. But yeah, this is good. I've also noticed I tend to rotate the mouse a lot like this when I'm just talking and not doing anything in particular. And it sort of drives me crazy watching my own videos, so I'm going to actually take my hand off of the mouse and try not to just keep moving the cursor all over the place. Alright, so, as I said last time, I guess I'll say what my current ranking is for the hold as a whole. With every high score gotten, I'm currently the 4th ranked player on this hold. Now I don't recognize a lot of the names on this list, so a lot of the more well-known optimizers haven't bothered with this hold, understandably. But I think that was an alright showing. Actually, let's just see. Page 1 of 9. Wait. Okay, apparently 164 people have played this hold. Okay. Or more accurately, 164 people have gotten at least one high score, at least two high scores actually, according to the data here. So yeah, two high scores. But yeah, if you don't get a single high score, you can start a hold and it won't show as you having started it, I think, until you actually get a high score. All right, so the reason I chose this hold for this, when I decided I wanted to do optimization, I don't really consider myself to be an optimization expert, but I do some optimization when playing. Particularly, I've been playing through every hold in chronological release order, and I'm currently about partway through Journey to Rooted Holds. So this was, well, to this hold's credit, I had to skip about a page worth of holds to find one that was as bad as this. So, because a lot of the holds actually were pretty high quality in the section I'm in right now, which is actually a good sign for me. But I did find that with a lot of the much simpler, low quality holds, optimizing made them a lot more fun to play. And I think simple is an important part of that because you don't want to slog through, 20 minutes of Taron trapdoors or whatever and then try to optimize that again later. But if you have rooms that, even if they're horde rooms, if you can just beat them in like a minute or two, it's not that bad to try optimizing it. So things that I wanted to talk about with regards to optimization, I think horde rooms and Lynchpin rooms are sort of the two general divisions of puzzle types in DROD. And I imagine Horde is very interesting to optimize for people that are, hardcore into Horde optimization. Because there's a lot of things, a lot of factors, the way the roaches are coming in at you, the turn order of the various enemies, the exact moves that you make. There's a lot of little things you can do that might get you out an extra move here or there. Whereas with a Lynchpin room, you figure out what the trick to the room is, and then you just know how to beat the room. And so optimizing it, you have a very clear sort of blueprint as for what kinds of things you have to do, and then you just try to find the most efficient way to do each of those actions. So I think Lynchpin rooms are way easier to optimize. But hordes, I could see people, I could see why people might be into those. Another reason that they're different is that if you want to shave points off of a Lynchpin room, it's pretty quickly, I think, the optimal path for what the solution is will reveal itself to people. But if you want to really shave points off of a Lynchpin room, you have to sort of break the room somehow. And that can be interesting, because you have to find a new method for solving it, basically. Maybe break's too strong a word, but if you want to improve your score, you can't just play the same thing but better. You have to actually find a different solution to the room in order to improve significantly on a Lynchpin score, I think. Whereas with a horde room, I mean, maybe you could take another approach, or maybe you could just do the exact same approach, 5-10 times in a row, but just get slightly more efficient at it on each attempt. Which, I mean, that's got a level of satisfaction to it too, I suppose. So anyway, that's all I kind of really wanted to say about that. And yeah, so this hold, I mean, I'm not gonna say I regret playing the hold because I do plan on playing everything, and the hold itself was okay. I think because it was so easy, and I could just choose not to optimize stuff. So if you have, you know, snakes everywhere, I can just, as somebody who was optimizing, I do a room like this. I beat it once, and it's like, no, I'm done. I don't want to optimize a whole bunch of snakes moving around while I'm trying to also manipulate a mimic to kill the snakes in one place where I'm killing the snakes in another place on my own. This room in particular was probably the worst in that regard. Yeah, but I'm definitely thinking that it's a lot more interesting to optimize more interesting holds. There is, like, the optimization process makes a hold that isn't interesting more interesting for sure. But if I had, for example, just replayed the previous hold I had done, Outings with a Delver, like an actually good hold, then I would feel I'd probably enjoy the optimization process a lot more when they're rooms that I already enjoyed playing in the first place. Plus, I guess that's also more on the Lynchpin side. I mean, there were only a couple of rooms in that hold that I would consider to be Horde rooms. So, yeah, I think that would have been a lot more fun for optimization. And I actually do have an idea for another optimization project, which will not be coming anytime soon. It might not ever be coming. But I do have something I want to do, and it'll involve revisiting Gunthrow and the Epic Blunder, which is the first hold I ever played. So I might be doing something with that again in the future. But for now, I'm looking forward to playing a better hold. I will see you then.